morning and welcome to the July 15th Let's Talk. Today I want to talk a little bit about some ideas that we're putting together to improve life here on Westminster Village. These ideas have come from resident comments, they've come from family comments, and from staff members. First one I want to talk about is the healthcare center in-person non-contact visits. So we've been doing these almost since the beginning, but Todd and his team are putting together a really cool way of doing these indoors where it's nice and cool and air conditioned, a little bit better space than we've had in the past. Todd's gonna get some information out probably early next week about when this will start and the details of it. But really what we're looking to do is make sure residents in independent living can visit with their friends or their spouses that are in assisted living or in the healthcare center in a nicer setting. So again, that's going to happen. Once we're doing that for a few weeks, the goal is to be able to then allow outside family members to come in and have those same non-contact in-person visits without the use of an electrical device like a phone or a tablet. So again, more information will come on this, but it's something the team is working really hard to put in place and put in place quickly. The second thing that we're working on is talk with administration. So this came from one of my Let's Talk comments. Residents are feeling that administration is not as easy to get to as we once were, which is absolutely true with COVID-19. A little bit harder to get from your apartment to our offices, a little bit harder to get into our offices. So one of the things we're going to do is starting next week, we're going to have talk with administration. It's going to happen in the lobby. It's meant to be a one-on-one opportunity for any resident or one or two residents to come in and ask some questions of typically me, but there may be some weeks where I can't do it. But just to be able to ask those questions that you have and have an answer right then and there. Not sending an email, not leaving a voicemail, not asking somebody else to ask it, but every Thursday at 1 o'clock to 1:30 in the lobby near the fish tank, there will be a partition set up and you'll be able to ask me questions and you'll be able to get answers directly from me at that point in time. We'll still do these recorded Let's Talks, but again, this is just meant for those simple questions you have or something that's just personal to you. Again, we're going to do that weekly, every Thursday from 1 to 1:30. One of the other things that came from one of the Let's Talk sessions and questions is just the need to make sure everybody's having meaningful conversations every week, that every resident and every level of care is getting that socialization that they need. In the past, a lot of that happened with housekeeping, being in the apartments for the longer times, an hour, hour and a half each, every other week. It happened in the dining rooms. It happened in some of our other settings. And right now with COVID, we just don't have that luxury. And it's important that we keep separation between the staff and the residents. So we have a group of resident volunteers that are coming together to provide a more formal process to this. We've had volunteers in the past 3 months write letters to residents, call residents. Obviously people call their friends on a regular basis or meet them in the hallway, but again, we want a more formalized program where at least twice a week, every resident, or at least every resident that doesn't opt out of this program is getting a call from somebody. And it's a meaningful call. It's not a call to check off a checklist. It's a call to find out how you're doing and see what's happening, to be friends. And again, we'll have more information coming out in the next 2 weeks. Ms. Lindstrom and Kate McDonald and hopefully Jane Quinday and Joanne Binzer will be leading this program, and they'll be working together to make sure, again, we don't have anybody who doesn't have a meaningful conversation every week. So more details will come. We're really looking forward to this. We appreciate, obviously, all the resident volunteers on this campus that continue to make this a great place to live and a great place to work. We appreciate all the staff members that are doing that. As I've said before, we have a number of hard weeks ahead of us. I can't say how much I appreciate again, everybody who works and lives on this campus that has sacrificed, who continues to go the extra mile to make this a great place and great place to live and a great place to work. Thank you very much.